cada vez, cada vez que lo veo pasar.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the last 4 months of 2020, and I'm no expert in astrology. I'm not an astrologer, but I am an astrology enthusiast and an astronomy enthusiast, and also I am an avid researcher. So I notice, well, we all should be noticing the trend of extremes and revelations and so many other things that have come to reveal themselves during this year. Now, as we get to the end of the year, I have been thinking about, like how I feel about it and what direction it feels like the end of this year is going in. And all I could think of was like, man, it's just like everything is pointing to prepping, setting, like checking your foundation. If your foundation isn't even, if it's still wet cement, helping protect it while it dries, so that foundation won't get cracks. It's very imperative that we do this as we get towards the quote-unquote age of Aquarius, which is a term that I see a lot with all the astrology websites and astrologers that I listen to and admire. You hear a lot about age of Aquarius. Some people roll their eyes at it. Some people genuinely feel like whenever age of Aquarius comes up, it's a great awakening, a great enlightenment, a shift in perspective. Yeah, a shift in perspective. And we certainly had that this year. I think we had Saturn, the teacher, in Aquarius from, I think, May to July this year. And it was definitely a lot of, revolutionary things happening. Now, we're going to have Saturn in Aquarius from December 17th to March 21st, I believe, in 2023. Okay, now we only experienced it for a few months this year, but it's gonna be lasting for a few years coming up. And to me, that just sent off like these alarm bells, like like you have to be prepared, be a prepper, be look at all aspects and do what you can, because there's never going to be a normal that we knew before. It's going to be a new normal. I think we're all aware of that. But I think that a lot more people are in denial to the fact that things are going to continue to be different. Because I see a lot of posts like, I can't wait till things get back to normal. I can't wait till I can do my normal things. Well, I don't believe that normal is going to happen. Not early 2000 normal, not definitely not the end of the 90s normal. So I think that this is definitely worth discussing. So let's go right ahead with things I feel like are needed in these last 4 months. And as far as hear evil, speak evil, see evil that I have right here, it's like the opposite of what we grew up with, okay? The standard hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. And when we're in this energy of revealing the truth, of letting the teacup spill it over, which is the teacup is gonna fall off the table and shatter and break at the end of this year. You better believe that, because everybody's business is on the table. Nobody is exempt. Information will not be suppressed. So be prepared mentally for that. And the thing is, if I hear evil, I hear you. I see you. And I'm going to use my mouth to speak to the people that I love about you so they know what to watch out for. It's no more putting on blinders and putting plugs in my ear, and zipping my mouth. It's none of that no more. It's none of that for any of us, and we don't have to feel that way. the word vomit will be coming out from everywhere. People that never spoke about anything, that seem quiet, they're gonna speak their truth. And if their truth involves you, well, it just involves you. There's nothing you can do about it. But I'm saying, prepare yourself, because seeds were sown this year, and it's time for them to start sprouting buds. Now let's see, what seeds did you sow? What kind of energy is about to grow from the seeds that you sow? While we do start off the month with a beautiful full moon in Pisces, very magical moon, we go into Mars retrograde from September 9th to September 13th. Now, according to astrologers, you should feel the energy of it like weeks before. At least that's what they say about Mercury retrograde. But with this, Aries energy being retrograde is basically just like that fire is muted, that intensity is dialed down. Like Aries is go energy, and when Mars is retrograding, it's very like lethargic, limp, not too much moving around. It may feel like you're walking in slow motion, or even walking in water. It feels like you can't get your full speed, get that rhythm going, get that pace going. And this could be extremely frustrated, because as much as you want to be, very super go mode, productive, this beast, like this energy is pulling you to a more subtle way of being for a while. And then we move on to good old Mercury retrograde, which we had a few of them this year. And it is super interesting to already be in like slow mode. And then we go into a little bit of a dysfunctional mode. So it's just like, I don't know. It's like we're maybe literally tripping over ourselves in slow motion. Or maybe that's what it feels like. Like you see that last step, but you still miss it. That's when Mars and Mercury go retrograde together. At least that's how I interpret it in my mind. So interesting. And while we're in this, this lethargic mode, it might be a good idea to, just be lazy. I mean, this year has been crazy. You definitely deserve a mental break, especially with all that's coming up. It's definitely, maybe if you want to continue to be productive, maybe you might want to do more passive activities like planning, writing out a plan for each individual goal you have, or a few of them. Also, during this fall time, the Mercury retrograde is going to be in Scorpio and in Libra. So it's going to be hard to get deep with others. You're gonna have a lot of things in your own mind, and that's okay. Like don't try to get too deep with anybody. They'll misunderstand you anyway with this type of energy. I would definitely have on like kid gloves, I guess that's what they say, to handle certain situations and certain people. Definitely try to keep yourself calm and collected, because even though you might be frustrated, you might cause permanent damage in your personal life by being passive aggressive. So you need to put that passive energy into something else, because the communication may be difficult and you don't know what people close to you are dealing with in their own minds and own energies. And as we continue to go through November, after we move away from the retrogrades, we'll still be dealing with the fallout from those energies, whether it be a direct fallout with another individual or in individuals, then we'll still be dealing with that. But I think this definitely is a time to get your mind together. Getting back into mindfulness meditation has been really hard for me because my brain has been so busy. So I've just been doing 3 minutes a day. And when I tell you that 3 minutes a day has been so helpful, it's a distinct difference and my reaction to things. And I think that will be helpful for many of you. I'm going to move on to the lunar eclipse in Gemini on November 30th, which is going to bring with it a lot of energy, a lot of cerebral energy, a lot of energy focusing on, old beliefs. So this is a time that you need to face, those fears of, speaking your mind about what you believe in. If your whole family are, let's say, they worship rugs, and you don't worship rugs, you don't really believe in that. This is a time to be true to yourself and honest. It's a time to, let your mind roam free without feeling guilt about not fitting the status quo. And it'll be like a complete weight is lifted. And you don't have to do like a big formal, declaration like, I no longer am a rug worshiper. You don't have to do that, if you don't want to and don't want to deal with that type of fallout. But it's going to come out in ways, because the energy that's coming is not an energy that's saying hide your truth. It's an energy that's saying reveal it and live in it. And then we have the only total solar eclipse of the year, and it is in Sagittarius on December 14th. And when I say living in your truth, this is basically a war right here, because this is a time where people are going to butt head over what they believe is the right way of doing things, okay? And everybody got their own opinion on the right way of doing things, but there are people that have grouped up with other people who feel the way they feel and ready to go toe-to-toe with anybody else that is in opposition of what they believe. And like I said, these holidays are going to be very interesting, all this time, leading up to this, and hopefully it's a lot of love too, because everybody's been so separated. These energies could go any way, just like every year people have good years, bad years, and then you have people that have years that are like meh, I don't think anyone's going to have a meh year in 2020. I think that's nearly impossible unless you're like a toddler or something and, you didn't get to have fun. But with everything that we're seeing, even if you never left your house, the energy of the news is intense. So I don't think anybody has had a meh year. It's pretty much either like devastating or good. Actually great. And I think that 2020 is the best worst year ever, to be honest. And it's definitely something. Now, let's continue on as Saturn enters Aquarius. All right, so Saturn, the teacher that gives you homework every weekend and over spring break. All right, so Saturn moves into Aquarius, and it's a big deal, because this could be the energy for a revolutionary war. And it's very important that we take this serious, because Saturn is a serious planet, and Aquarius is a very liberating, freedom searching, intellectual, humanitarian, look out for the world type of energy. Aquarius energy is about civil rights, politics, in a way that benefits everyone. So the BS that's been going on, and just like everything being so just not like logically based, just everything is just like so emotional and cloudy, and is doing a disservice for a lot of people. This is where the shit hits the fan. It's unavoidable. And then at the same time, we have Jupiter entering Aquarius, and this is very much expansion and almost a damn near opposite of Saturn. And these two are going to be conjunction each other soon. I'll get to that. But with the Jupiter part, this is just expanding everything. It's like It's helping the seeds that you plant grow, whether they're good or bad. It's a beneficial planet, but it's going to have to be this is where having a plan comes in handy, because when this expansion energy comes into the Saturn energy of discipline, you want that plan there, your plan for what you're going to do for different areas of your life. You want that plan to be on deck in hand so that you have something to follow, so you won't be overtaken by the strong force of these energies. And I know I say energies a lot, and it's just the right word, man. And they go conjunct on December 21st. Now, around this time, the weeks before, the weeks after, and the next month, because this is going to last, as far as them being in Aquarius, this is when you use the power that is coming off of this astrological event to make those planned steps, move towards super growth, make things happen. And I honestly believe, unless it's you're extremely lucky or whatever, if you don't know where you're going to get lost. It's just, you're going to be lost. And it's important to sit down and rack your brain, even if it's just a brain dump, just to see what's there, to be the first step for you to get to making a plan. Seriously. And I know this may seem like, okay, what does it have to do with 2020? You always need a plan and blah, blah, blah. But let me tell you something. I have been flowing through my life for the most part, just what will be, will be. Life will work itself out. And for the most part, it has. And my plans have been incredibly scattered. But I am very much, like I said, an avid researcher. I make list on top of lists. But the thing about it is I have poor follow through with that. And that is something that I've been working on to improve. And I'm proud to say that I am improving, slowly but surely. And the thing about these energies come and go throughout history all the time. And if you go and look back, whenever these histories were, whenever these energies were the same as they are now, kind of the same things in the world happened. The night skies during big events seem to match, because the energy is real, people. It is so real. And when I say that, Civil War, Revolutionary War, I mean that. And it is dangerous to be unprepared during this time. Now, a couple of years ago, being unprepared, I honestly feel it would mean the same thing as it means in 2020. This is the point I'm making. And I am by no means expert, but I am a human with an intuitive spirit and a person who cares about humanity. And I feel like there are people who need to hear this, and there are other people that maybe needed to be reminded of this. It's a lot of people that know things, but it's so far in the back of their mind that they need it to be pushed forward again. And I'm glad to do that for you. So ask yourself, what seeds have you sown this year? What seeds are you sowing? Will it grow to be healthy, or is it something sickly? And if you planted a seed that you didn't mean to plant, or that you regret planting, and something grew that you don't vibe with, it's okay to, toil that soil. I think that's what that's called, and replant your seed. You'll be behind, but you'll be making it, because you're putting that intention out there. And that's basically what a seed is an intention for something. An intention for something great, an intention for something positive, or negative, depending on what vibe you're on. but believe me when I say there is beauty in all this turmoil. Okay, so now the winter prepping. Believe it or not, that's what that was the original idea of this video. Oh my gosh. And I just went on for like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes about very important things, but very much other things. But I was sitting at my desk, and I kept thinking like, man, these crazy weather, because the hurricanes, and I was like, if we're going by the trends of 2020, this winter is gonna be a bitch. Like, I was like, so what do I need to have to be prepared for what is most definitely coming? And first I had to think about, my climate, the Midwest. What is it prone to have it happen? And I looked back at some of the worst winters, and frozen pipes, sometimes power outages. God forbid. We just had one of those that lasted for 4 days, no power, and that was pretty uncomfortable. But I wasn't as prepared as I needed to be for that power outage. So I made a list of a few things that I should get, and once I started learning more about different prep styles, especially for apartment living, because I do live in an apartment and not a house, so it's a little bit different for me. But some of the basics are candles, of course. I try to get those tall white ones, unscented, because all those scents will be annoying. Some of those LED lights that you just stick anywhere. The big round ones, not the little twinkle lights. Batteries, of course. Make sure you have double and triple A on hand, and wool blankets, just in case the heating goes out. Food that can be prepared without electricity and that's non-perishable, and lots of water, and water filters too. And I have 2 alternative places to stay just in case my home becomes not the best place. Very high quality winter gear, and like boots, and thermals, long johns. And then one other thing that I was looking at, the essentials that we all ran to get, like the tissue and the paper towels and all that other stuff like that. But activities, because I have a son, and when there's nothing else to do, you can't play the game, you can't watch TV, you need activities, puzzles, Legos, books for the tablet, and also something to charge your devices, something akin to a mini generator, for an apartment, but if you live in a house, if you can afford it, get a generator, get the propane, get what you need to be able to, stay warm in an emergency. And I definitely have, those portable chargers. I think that's the bare minimum that you should have. If that's all you can afford or all you can get your hands on, get portable chargers so you can at least be able to charge up your phone for emergencies. But they also have like mini charging ports where you can plug in lights, plug in your laptop. That's my whole thing. I want to get one of those because the portable charger, they came in handy during the blackout. I was able to call and check on some people and let them know what was going on with me as well. So that's all I got for now, but I'm definitely going to keep researching prepping in apartments, and I will be posting about it on Instagram. My Instagram is at vickeycookie, just like my YouTube channel. And if I have found enough information to make another video, I will make another video on apartment prepping. Let me know if that is something that you guys are interested in seeing. And by you guys, I mean the few faithful subscribers who watch my videos. And hopefully I continue to grow, you know, and I will, because you know why? Jupiter is heading into Aquarius, and that means growth for me because I'm planning and I'm working. All right. So, and yeah, I have to come back with that video of what happened during the zodiac season. That video is coming. I actually pre-recorded most of that, so that'll be out. And I want to say this week, going up to Leo. Of course, that's as far as I can go because Virgo season just started. And a lot of people liked that one. They thought it was fun. And of course, I'll be posting also many news stories like I do. People seem to like that. I get the most viewers on that. So I'll continue posting that and tagging where I got it from, because I'm not a thief. I'm a borrower. And I guess that's what I am. But thank you for watching.
Cada vez que lo veo pasar.